Hi, this is Tim from Plastex. We're working on a late 70s, 78, 79 Monte Carlo grill. And this thing was pretty messed up. It had been painted with 6 coats of paint, and a lot of Dynaglass was put on it, which is fiberglass mesh. And it just falls off. It doesn't adhere to this ABS, FRP. It was the early stuff that General Motors did. They certainly didn't have it dialed in back then. So we're going to fix all these spots, and Plastex will bond to this at a molecular level. And as you can see here, we've used it as some filler in some places. But once Plastex is on here and it's sanded back off, it won't show because it becomes part of the grill and you'll never see it. You always want to use primers and paints and sealers with the paint systems that are made to paint plastic whenever you paint any plastic parts. Okay, continuing on with this repair, these are again the pieces of the fiberglass that they fall out because they don't adhere. It's only mechanical adhesion. And what we did was we're working from the back side, but on the face here we took packaging tape, which is just like the 3M 2-inch wide packaging tape, and we put on here, and it actually recreated this contour really well. And so we're just going to fill in these voids here. So what we do is we come in here, put a couple drops in the powder on an angle, pick it up and move it over, and just keep doing this. Okay, at this point, we're continuing to fill this void with Plastex. It helps when you're picking it up this way to come in on an angle with the needle into the tub, and then just push more liquid out. The mixture is not that important. Any excess liquid will evaporate off. You can put 2-3 drops and just continue to fill this void up. So now I'm getting into the part here to where I'm kind of going vertically up this curve right here. And you could tip the bumper or the grill shell and fill that, or as this dries down below a little bit, you can just leave it a little bit more in a gel form. It'll actually build its way on up there. You want to keep your repair at the same thickness as the original piece, because if you make it too thick, it'll just break out there from the strength of the Plastex. It'll be stronger than the original bumper or grill again. But you can actually get that, but we could flip it on its end and fill that up. I'd kind of just let that cure and we'll fill that in more. But it doesn't have to. You can get it to kind of go vertically a bit. Now you could also do this, and we can put tape on the inside right now. Okay, so I'm gonna show you now how we can actually kind of do a vertical repair. I mean, we're gonna add some in here. I'm gonna put it a little bit up higher and just put enough out that it's almost in a gel form, like I said. I'm gonna push this here. It may take 2 or 3 applications like this, but it can be done relatively easy. Fill that in there. And then we're just gonna take this tape, and I'm just going to place it in here like this. And I'm just going to push it like that. And you can see. Now that pretty much filled it all. But got a little void right here, but that can be filled very easily after we let this dry 15 or 20 minutes. But see there, it also gives you a nice smooth surface on the inside. Excess will drip out of there, but it won't hurt anything. And that'll just let that dry 20 minutes, and you'll have a good looking repair on both sides. Okay, it's been about a half hour, and we're going to go ahead and pull the tape off of this. And depending on the temperature, it dries it right around a half hour. If you were going to add more material on top of this, it really doesn't need it here. I'll go and fill these voids, but it's kind of a little tacky. I just take a little bit of rubbing alcohol and just take the glue that the residue that the tape left on there. But other than that, I can fill these voids without having to deal with that. And here on the face, it's the same thing. I will take the tape off here. Now this looks pretty good just the way it is, but if I needed to build this up, you can add to Plastex at any time. So I could take and just add a little more on here if I sand this, this low, but I have to deal with all of this in here. This was all tore up and all through here. So as I do that, this will all get sanded. But at any time I need to add a little bit, you just add Plastex to it. You can always add to it at any time. But this is pretty much the repair, and that's done pretty well. Just maybe a little bit of touch-up work when it gets sanded. So thanks for watching this video. And if when you purchase Plastex, one thing we can do, we'll always give you tech support. If you have any of these projects going and you want any kind of help on how you do it or any questions, you can please just give us a call, and you can talk to somebody directly. And if we don't answer the phone right away, we get busy from time to time, but we will call you back. Thank you.